Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Korky and welcome to the beginning of Season 9 in our Glory Hunter series. We are on a mission this season to win La Liga with Atletico Madrid. If we do so, that will cross off 4 of the 5 countries and we will then move to France, hopefully next summer, all being well, to look to take on a French club, ideally within the Europa League. That's the only European trophy we've yet to win, and then build a case to win um, competitions in France, of course. We're going to start this episode with some transfer news. We have some goals from some of the games we've played already, and then we'll get into the current match against Girona. So let's look at the transfer business first of all. And at the end of last season, we did complete a couple of free transfers, players coming out of contract. We did bring in Ruben van Bommel. We certainly needed to strengthen our left wing options. Every football manager player knows he is a very, very good player. Play in the left wing, can play in the right wing, can play up front, can play as an attacking midfielder, and really, if necessary, we could even fill in central midfield. Um, I don't really see that being much of an option at the minute. But he has come in on a free transfer, and he was quickly followed by Charles de Ketelaere, and never get the pronunciation of that correct. Again, an attacking midfielder, can play in the right wing. We're looking at him mainly as a striker option. Very good player. Managed to bring him in on a free transfer as well. Absolutely delighted with that. In terms of outgoings at the end of the season, there was nothing really apart from one or two. We see Alberto Galindo. He was never going to break into the first team, despite having good attributes, particularly his physicals. He was never going to break into the first team. And Thomas Allegri as well was a central defender or a defensive midfielder. Again, decent physical attributes. He was never going to be good enough to break into the first team. At 22 years of age as well, as is Galindo, we decided to move them on. Galindo was actually 23. In terms of the outgoings, first of all, as you can see, we've spent big. We've also recouped big as well. The first outgoing was Vincent Geyer. We did bring him in initially for 7 million from Sochaux. We have moved him on to Aston Villa. He is moving on loan. There is a mandatory fee attached to that as well. That is 15 million pounds. So we've kind of doubled our money on a player that didn't really play an awful lot for us. The next outgoing was Adrian Pinheiro, again 23 years of age. It didn't look like he was going to really be good enough to break in the team. He did spend time on loan last season with somebody who I can't remember. He has gone on loan to Nantes in France, and they do have a mandatory future fee of only 450,000. So a little bit disappointed in one of our own homegrown players. We couldn't bring in more money for, but he has moved on, and his wages, more importantly, are off the budget. The next outgoing transfer was that of Arnau Martinez. He was 29 years of age. Again, he was starting to go into decline. Didn't look like he was going to be really an option. Still has good physicals. Still has a 16 rating of tackling and 15 of marking. Still a pretty useful player. But we decided with only 12 months left on his contract, it was time to move him on. And we managed to bring in 28.5 million for him. That was just a straight fee, no paying overtime or anything like that. Just 28.5 million in the bank. Easy money, really. Next, we had Jorge Morales. He has gone out on loan. He is one of our foreign registered players. He is from Argentina. He is not able to be registered in the first team, so we decided to put him out on loan to Wolfsburg and get him some more first team experience. Following that, we then moved Pablo Barrios out as well. He's in a similar situation to Martinez. He had 12 months left on his contract. He's 29 years of age. Didn't look like he was going to really hold down a place, and he's done very, very well for me during the 2 years I've been at Atletico Madrid. But he was a player I was looking at to see, we can improve. His physicals are good, his technicals are good, and his mentals are good as well. But he was starting to decline a little bit, and we just needed to bring in a better player. Young wonderkid striker Dimitar Boyadishev has gone on loan to Leeds and has made a very good start with his career. And young Colombian Omar Perez, of course, he came in January. He has gone on loan to Cologne as well. I'm hoping to get him some experience. Again, another foreign registered player. He wouldn't have a space in the first team. Following him, we then sold on Roberto Piccoli. Again, a very good player for us during the 2 years, but we were offered a fee of 28 million from Sunderland. 31 years of age. It was too good of an offer to turn down. Still has very good physical attributes, of course, could do a job for us. But with the the acquisition of De Ketelaere, we decided to move Piccoli on. So we brought in 28 million for him, and shortly after that, then we sold Samu as well. He has gone to Ipswich for a fee of 14 million, rising up to 18 million. This was one again. He's 31 years of age. He had 12 months left on his contract. Piccoli also had 12 months on his contract. This was one that, whilst he is a good player, and I did want to keep him, I did feel that it was better that he move on so that we can bring in some money for him. This sale actually caused a bit of upset amongst the players. Certainly a player of his experience, and he was a team leader in the dressing room as well. The players weren't happy. They demanded that I make amends somehow, and we brought in some replacements, and we will come to that shortly. Next to move on then was Laurence Carbonell. He has moved to Real Sporting Gijón for 160,000. We then moved out Arnaud Tenas on loan. He has gone to Real Sociedad. No mandatory fee, no optional fee. There are none, no. So he will be coming back in the summer. We then moved Gabriel out on loan as well. Again, he's not going to get games. He's not quite at the level yet. He is still only young. He is only 20 years of age. So we moved him out to get him some more experience, as we did with Jose Luis Ferrer as well. He has gone on loan to Espanyol. Hopefully to get some game time and come back stronger. Similarly with David, we moved him out. He seemed to be a little bit of a liability last season. He was getting sent off a couple of times. Not quite the winger that we need just yet. Again, 21 years of age. Hopefully we can get some experience into him. Mark Ortega, Iñaki Sainz, Vicente, Iago Riguero, and Fran Torres, all youngsters as well that have gone out on loan. And one of the not hardest decisions I've made, but on transfer deadline day, we received an offer of up to 22.5 million from Bayer Leverkusen for Ruben Dias. We brought him in from 7 million just at this summer, I think it was, or 2 years ago. It was perhaps in January, actually. So he's been with us for a year and a half. He's done okay. He scored a few goals here and there. It didn't really look like he was going to kick on that much. I have been playing him as a right winger as well. He's been doing okay there, but he was never going to put Sesko out of the team. So we received an offer of up to 22.5 million, and we absolutely went for it. So he left us on transfer deadline day. In incomings, we were presented with an opportunity to sign a new goalkeeper, and whilst Kuryakov has done very well for us, and I'm very pleased with him, we were presented an opportunity for a lot of money, I should say £52 million. We brought in French young wonder kid, Adrien Théot. He's come in from Club Brugge, as mentioned, for 52 million. He has got excellent physical attributes and goalkeeping attributes as well. Certainly hoping for some good performances from him. After the sale of Martinez, we were looking for a new right back, and we managed to find young Fresnel Ngoy, I think it is. He came in from Anderlecht. He had a minimum fee release clause of £25 million. We activated that, and we think we have a very good potentially a 5-star player. We think we have a very good player on our hands, and he's only 19 years of age. And so after the sale of Samu, as mentioned, some of the players came to me. They were unhappy that they wanted to see strength in the midfield. We brought in Samuel Justo for a fee of rising up to 26 million. A pretty good player. I think he's a very good attacking player. I did have Justo with me at Newcastle once upon a time. I think I was only there for one season or two. I think I managed him for one season when I brought him in. Before I left, he has gone on then to Braga and back to Sporting. We've brought him over to Spain, to Atletico Madrid for, as mentioned, a fee of 26 million. He is 28 years of age, so he's coming into his prime, and I think he will be a very good option in the attacking midfield spaces. And finally, we brought in Quentin Timber. It was a deal that I kind of didn't really want to have to make. I felt like a very good player, can play central midfield, defensive midfield, centre back. He can play at right back if need be. Very good physical attributes, very good mental attributes as well, and pretty good technical attributes, of course, as well. But he is 31 years of age. He did cost a lot of money, rising up to 36. He was 42 million up to 46 million. That transfer was more to kind of appease the players that we have. So that is the transfer business. We have spent 141 million. We have brought in 112, so we're in a 29 million pounds deficit at the minute. Looking on to last season, and that is quite the deficit of nearly, what's that, 120 million difference. So we're in the red with Atletico, but we are performing well and we're winning a couple of competitions and so forth. So we'll look at the games we've played already. We started the season what seemed to be in fine form with Ruben van Bommel scoring on his debut, which is very pleasing to see. Moshe Oved was currently out injured, so van Bommel got the nod to start in the left wing. As mentioned, he did score in the 21st minute of his debut. We'll see you the goal here. As De Ketelaere and Van Bommel combine. Van Bommel just takes a run at the goal and fires into the opposite corner for the winner. In the 84th minute, he did miss a penalty though, which is a little bit disappointing. We followed that up with a 0-0 draw against Real Betis. Real Betis really kind of becoming my bogey team. They beat us 4-1 at the start of the season last year. It's a little frustrating playing against them at the minute because they do kind of get the better of us a little bit and stomp us really from performing. After that game, we then faced Malaga. We did bring Benjamin Sesko back in for his first start of the season. It took only 28 minutes for him to score. I do want De Ketelaere to be the main striker. He certainly is a better rated player up front. But I think Sesko probably is going to be the main man, and De Ketelaere will probably play more as a utility player, most likely for the rest of the season. We'll show you the goals here, of course. As mentioned, Benjamin Sesko scoring in the 20th minute. As we see, Van de Ven, who has been installed as the captain this year, gets on the end of a great through pass from Mason Woods to fire in. And only a minute later, then we see Halsef Naipan and Diaz combining. The ball comes to Naipan, continues to run forward, one-on-one with the goalkeeper to make it 2-0. And in the 36th minute again, we see Van Bommel get on the end of a pass from Mason Woods. He cuts the ball back. It's cleared sort of by the defender. The defender gets in front of Sesko, but the ball falls to Naipan and he scores to make it 3-0. We followed that up with another disappointing result. In the next game, we drew 0-0 at home with Real Sociedad. As you may see from the board, Ruben van Bommel missed another penalty. So in 4 games, he's had 2 penalties and he's missed both of them, and that is very, very frustrating at the minute. So yeah, disappointing with that. I have since taken Van Bommel off penalties duty and put De Ketelaere on as well as Sesko. But that brings us up to the current game. We're about to play against Girona. We do have Nga injured. So, he's coming back from an injury, so we're going to drop him out. We do have Oved back actually. He is fully fit. And Amaria should be fine, and Obina should be fine as well. So we're going to get the game underway. We're starting with Chitalo and Van de Ven at the back as well. Everything else pretty much as it was last year, with the exception, of course, of De Ketelaere starting up front instead of Benjamin Sesko. Again, it's something I'm keeping an eye on. I think Sesko could be the main striker again this season. De Ketelaere does have better ratings, better attributes. He does seem to be more suited to the role. But I mean, Sesko scored 35 goals for me last season. Scored a bucket load of goals the season before. Is 28 years of age too. He's in his prime, whereas De Ketelaere is 31, so he's a little bit older. But we go into this game against Girona with 2 wins and 2 draws in our opening 4 games. We haven't lost a game yet, which is pleasing. A couple of our teams can say the same. Maybe the surprise package of these opening games so far has been Alaves. They've had a draw against Real Madrid. They've beaten Barcelona. So they are performing quite well at the minute. But we will get the game underway. As mentioned, well, actually, looking at this lineup, we only really have 2 new faces in the starting lineup. One, of course, is our goalkeeper, Adrian Teo. We're hoping he can be a difference maker for us this season. As we see, Naipan and Bacjetic combine. as the ball comes into Woods. Wants to go back to Van de Ven, brings it left to Maria, finds Oved, who's already on a booking 4 minutes into the game, and the Kettler skies it over the bar. But that's not a sign of things to come. Snipan and Knight combine. The ball comes back to Woods. He's having a go. It's gone over the bar as well. Thought there might have been a save there from the goalkeeper, but apparently not. Doesn't appear to be. So we are, what are we, 15 minutes in? Shitalo was picked up with injury. Gonna bring in Palma. What kind of injury is a potential foot injury? That's okay, we can cope with that. We are perhaps a little light on defenders at the minute, but we do have Bacetic who can play at centre back as well. If need be, so that might be something we might have to look at in the future. As Dominic can't get on the end of the pass. There's a lovely tackle there from Knight. Comes back to Dominic, plays a lovely ball into Kettler. First goal, I think, is offside. I'm celebrating already. But I think he's offside. And he is. It's a little disappointing. He just goes a little too early. Yeah, it actually looks, the lines look tighter than I think the actual play was. Snipan now with a free kick, finds Knight in the edge of the box, goes all the way back to the halfway line. Oved, he finds Knight, plays it through to Dominic. He's having a go from there, and what a finish! Can't be offside, ref. He's got to be onside. He's given it. That is a very good finish. I thought, looking at it from here, as the ball comes, I'm not sure where you're looking at the offside from. Yeah, but let's get the lines up here. As the ball comes here tonight, I mean, it is fractional. In fairness, the way he's moving back to get onside, his right foot does take him into an offside position. I think that one should have been ruled out, but I am not going to complain about it. And as we look at the pass maps, we're just all in their half, apart from our two centre backs. As Amaria stretches his shoulder a little bit here, takes the free kick, looks short for Bacetic. Back to Mickey van de Ven, looks for Woods, finds an iPad, lovely ball through into the Kettler. He's going to be offside again. Don't be offside. Let it stand, ref. He's offside. We could be 3-0 up in this game. Woods in the iPad, and I mean, he's off by a distance. He's not really paying attention there to what he's doing, but it's fine. We can cope with that. So we go in 1-0 up at halftime. We're doing well. We can do better. The Kettler has had 2 goals ruled off already. Naipan's not having a great game. The Kettler not having a great game. We may make a change. Wonder if we can get a. Why is Palma wearing all black? What is going on? It's really bizarre. Palma's not the ref. Dominic now up the wing, cuts it back to Naipan, looks for Woods. Covers the ball well, comes to Bacetic. It's a lovely ball over the top to Oved. Oved makes it 2-0. It's also carrying a yellow card, so we may bring in Van Bommel soon. Bacetic with just a lovely little pass over the top. Oved holds his line there very well. He kind of feigns to come back and then leaps and then sprints forward. So we're going to make some changes. We're going to bring in where is Justo or Naipan. Really not having a great game, Naipan. The Kettler, I mean, I want to keep you on and see you do good things, but Benjamin Sesko is probably going to score now once he comes in. So if we win this game, that'll take us into 4th place on 11 points, only 2 points off the top. Keep a little eye on the fitness levels here. Something's happening. Maria has his name taken. Well, maybe I'll just keep him up. Timber, I bring you in for Woods actually. You can play in there, yeah. And Van Bommel, I'm going to bring you in here as well. So a little over 15 minutes to go plus stoppage. Let's see if the lads can perform for us. I mean, we're dominating the second half. If we look at this match momentum, I mean, we dominated the first half already, but we have been in the ascendancy really in the second half. We do have a little injury concern, of course, over Josip Sotalo. So we will see how that goes when we finish the game, which we see it out for a 2-0 victory. Very, very pleasing. Good way to start the new season. Nice work. That was good. That was good. So yeah, we sit in 4th place, 2 points off top. Sotalo is out for 2 weeks. Knight gets one over on Girona. So that is how we finish up. The Champions League draw has been done as well. We will face Juventus again, my old club, Inter Milan, Chelsea, Crvena Zvezda, Benfica again after last season. We do face Barcelona in the Champions League this year. We will also face them in the Supercopa semi-final. We also have Lyon and Trabzonspor as well in the Champions League. So that is how we kick off season 9. It's been a pretty good start. We should have won the other 2 games. We should have at least beat Real Sociedad because we had a penalty that we missed. We could be sitting with 4 wins out of 5, potentially 5 wins out of 5. If we look at the stats from this game, I mean, we absolutely dominated against Real Betis, and we were at home. It's a game we really should have won. So disappointing not to win that, and disappointing to not score from a penalty to win that game as well. But that is it for this episode. Season 9 starts here. We are on a quest to win La Liga. It's the only trophy I'm interested in this year. Don't care about the Champions League. Don't care about the Cups. It's only La Liga. Only competition we want to win. Hopefully we can do that and we can move on to France, but we will see what happens. Please do join us in the next episode as we continue on our progress. We will bring you highlights from all these games. Goals from all these games and highlights from the match against Rayo Vallecano. We look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much and take care. Thank you for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps us to grow. It helps us to bring you more videos like this. Please also leave a like and share the video as well. And please do leave a comment. We would love to hear your feedback also. That's it for now. You can watch one of these recommended videos, but we will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you and take care.